So welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Naruto. It's a massive series, and it's my wife's first time watching it.
Yes.
I've seen it before, but wanted to have a conversation with you guys and with my wife on just what Naruto means to us.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. It's a new thing for me. It's definitely different than I feel like some of the animes that we've watched so far, and it definitely feels like, the early 2000s type of vibe, and I love it. So, it's nice.
Yeah, so let's get into it. So the world of Naruto is a really fun and interesting world, and there's a lot of very interesting people. The cast is very diverse in just the different techniques that they use, and just even the visual differences. I mean, there's like a different color hair for like every single person, and so it's really cool just to see like super unique things going on with with Naruto and uh, the demon fox,
Yes.
yeah, and then everything going on with Sasuke's background and his history, which we haven't gone too far into that
Yeah.
just yet in what we've seen. We're ending on the chunin exams right
Yes.
now, just before some stuff happens. So that's basically kind of where we're at now. I don't want to spoil the future for my wife, but I wanted to just give you guys a glimpse of just kind of where we're at in the show right now. But yeah, there's just a lot of like really fun world building for all the characters.
Yeah.
I mean, Gara,
Wild.
yeah, just like lots of crazy stuff. So, any particular characters that stick out to you?
I mean, they're all, like you said, they're all so unique. They all have very specific personalities, and they're good. They're not like over the top, even though like Naruto, very excitable. Like he's a very exciting person, and very outgoing. But he's not like over the top to like an annoying point. And I feel like all of the characters are just very well balanced in their own characteristics, which I really like. I really like, and I can't remember his name, the guy who was fighting the girl from the Sand Kingdom.
Yeah,
He,
Shikamaru.
Yeah, yes, with the shadow
Yeah.
techniques. We just watched his battle like 2 nights ago,
Mm-hmm.
I think, and it was just he's a really smart kid. Like even though he doesn't want to put forth effort, like the way that his brain thinks is really smart. Like and I'm liking more I found in animes, more of the like background characters a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Like not always like the top 3. So I like him. He's cool. He's got a cool vibe about him. And man, when he and Naruto run into Gara in the alley or like in the little passageway
Mm-hmm.
with during the Chunin exam,
Yeah,
that was
like terrified
that
of
was
him.
terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean like there's it's so funny cuz like there's characters that are like uh what's his name? I'm blanking on the guy's name, but it's the guy with the white hair and the glasses that like seemed like a really nice guy in the beginning, but turns out he's bad.
Oh
Um,
yes.
and it just has like Aizen vibes about him before Aizen was, or actually I don't know what came out first,
I don't know
Naruto or
either,
Bleach,
actually.
but yeah, just very like Aizen esque.
So, like, if you guys go back to some of the videos that Arnell's posted about my opinions on Bleach, I was so sure that Aizen was a great guy.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing this guy with the glasses, the gray hair, and being like, man, he's just so nice. I'm like, he's helping him out. This is great. He's like a cutie. Like, he's a good kid. Like, he's doing all these things. And I said, man, I really just hope that he's a good guy. Straight up the next night.
Yep.
I was like, come on. I was so offended.
Yeah, yeah. And like yeah, there's like everybody is like really unique. Like as we're talking, we're like looking at pictures of just like the cast and stuff like that. And like Lee is like he was a favorite of mine
Oh, yeah.
when I first watched the series, and he's like even more so now. He's great. Kakashi's great. Yeah, Naruto's a sexy jutsu. Um, yeah, there's just like really cool like everybody has what's really cool is like Naruto's the main character,
Yes.
but there's times that you can forget that he's the main character
Yeah.
because they spend so much time like showing Lee's backstory or showing Neji's backstory
Yeah.
or like even Sakura when she was fighting Ino. her childhood best friend turned enemy, and they
Yeah.
had like 2 or 3 episodes like showing their backstory and like their motivations for it. And it's like for some people the backstory and the flashbacks and stuff like that are like not interesting, especially if you don't like the character. Like I know there's quite a few people that don't like Sakura, but just just it just helps with the world building of like
Yeah.
just feeling really fleshed out. And
Yeah.
even the guy with the snacks, I forget his name.
He turns into a giant puffball and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
rolls over people.
Yeah, but like even him, like they didn't like dedicate an episode to him, at least not yet. But he like you can sense that he doesn't like when people talk about his weight.
Yeah.
And like he is like everybody has layers
There's
to
hints,
them,
yeah.
which is really cool. So
Definitely. And I just absolutely love Hinata. Is that
yeah.
how you say it? Yeah. And she's just a sweetheart. And I have looked up one spoiler for her about how she marries Naruto.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really excited about that because I think she's stinking cute. And I just love how like innocent and sweet she is, and how much she supports Naruto.
Yeah.
Like genuinely. And she's not even like a best friend of his or anything, but she just genuinely thinks he's like the right guy for the job, like a good guy, and I like that. I respect that.
Yeah.
She's sweet.
Yeah. And there's a strong sense of like friendship and building strong bonds. Like that's like the main theme
With like a lot of the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is great. What do you think about the story for you? Like, how, from somebody that's like never watched anything related to Naruto, doesn't really know like a whole lot about like the world building of it.
Yeah.
How do you like it, and is it easy for you to kind of get into it? What's your thoughts about it?
Yeah, so I like it. I enjoy where we've been going so far. I enjoy what we've been through so far. I've always am a sucker for background stories, and I feel like there's a good amount here. So even if like Sakura isn't my favorite character, I don't dislike her, but she's not my favorite character. I enjoyed seeing the background on her.
Yeah.
So like, I think that they're like integral parts of the story because I feel like we wouldn't be able to further the story without them.
Yeah.
So I really like them. It's really fun. It's just really easy. Like I'm not looking at this as some like hardcore like show, like super serious like Death Note or anything. Like I feel like it's very lighthearted. Like obviously there's bad guys and good guys, and there are bad things that happen to everybody, but I just think that I really like the story. I think it's lighthearted. It's easy to come in and relax and watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I enjoy the story. It's funny, the first arc where they're in like the water village.
Oh man, I completely forgot about that.
For whatever reason, that, and I feel like other people might agree, but it wasn't like that interesting for me. Like I didn't really enjoy it that much. Like it was a bit of a struggle to get through it. But once we got into the chunin exams, like that's where the show really starts to shine for me, because you get introduced to like the rest of the other students and stuff like that, and then it builds on everything else that expands in the show, whereas like the first arc just kind of felt like it was an introductory arc. I mean, there's only so much you can do there.
I did like getting to know that trio a little bit well. Kakashi is hilarious in general. He's just like a cool guy.
Yeah.
But I just like I liked seeing like some of Sasuke's techniques that he does like before he's evolved into where he is now at the Chunin exams. Like I like seeing that. I like seeing looking back. I like it more because I can see where like Naruto started and where like they were starting out their journeys, and now where they're at now after the training that they've been through. So like I do like it better now that we're through it, like looking back.
Yeah.
After this arc that we're finishing soon.
Yeah.
And I just it blows my mind that they're young. It just goes back to the fact that these kids ideally sounds like in general they are like just left 8th grade ish.
Yeah. Which when like they're in like the exams and stuff like that, they're talking about how like the exam will end when like one of you dies or something like that, and she always like she always like panics when she hears that. But like I have to remind her like they're kids trying to become ninjas.
Yeah.
Like it's part of the job description.
I know, it's just so like concerning.
Yeah.
It's very concerning.
But it is very like you have to like
Separate it.
mentally adjust to like because you don't it's almost like the Hunger Games. It's not
Mm.
like normal to be talking about like kids like pitting kids against each other to the death.
Or like the child soldier type vibes that you get from Jujutsu Kaisen. It's like
Yeah.
very similar, not as graphic, but
Right.
similar in this. Like these are kids who are fighting for their village.
Mm-hmm.
They're going out. They're preparing to die to defend what they believe in. So that like child soldier type aspect is similar.
Yeah, definitely.
I found that is the case in a lot of animes. I feel like because even like Bleach with Ichigo and his friends, like they're just high schoolers, and
Well,
they're going out.
that's the genre of anime that this is, which is shonen. So
Yeah.
shonen basically means like your high schoolers are dealing with very adult serious matters or like life and death matters and stuff like that.
That
So
makes
it's
sense. I didn't know that was like precedent type of thing because like My Hero also.
Yep.
Pretty sure there's a war coming that we haven't watched yet.
Yep.
And pretty sure it's not good.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that was like that genre type of thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's like I guess it's the most popular type just because it's for a lot of people it's like really appealing. I mean, especially for like younger viewers of anime, like it's like, oh man, like I'm in middle school and like I'm watching other middle schoolers fight each other to the death. Like, this is crazy. So it's like, yeah, I think that's why shonen is like as popular as it is because like middle schoolers and like younger kids grow up with that and so they just continue to watch that genre.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
like our kids want to watch more. They're like, when do we get to watch this? When do we get to watch this? I said, when you're in high school.
Yeah.
I don't know, not now.
Where do you think the story is gonna go?
See, this is where like I don't know because I feel like
just take a wild guess. I mean, she hasn't seen the show. She could be very wrong or she could be very right.
I only know the one spoiler where Naruto marries Hinata. How many episodes are there total?
In the main series, there's 220 episodes, but about half of them are filler.
Okay.
Almost half of them are filler. So we probably have like another like 60 episode like canon episodes in this, and then there's Shippuden that has like how many episodes are in Shippuden? Okay, so Shippuden has 500 episodes, but 188 of them are filler episodes.
That's wild.
So yeah, basically probably less than the amount of canon Bleach episodes. Because Bleach had 363 before 1,000 Year Blood War. And then there was like 40 episodes for the Bount arc that were filler. There was a couple of like other filler episodes sprinkled in there.
Just random.
So yeah, Shippuden is going to probably be a little less than the canon episodes in Bleach. So, but yeah.
Okay. So where do I think it's going? Man, I think that can't remember the name.
Who? What do they
Black
look
hair.
Like? Sasuke?
Yeah, I was just gonna call him Megumi, not Megumi. Got hair like him, but no, Sasuke. I think that at some point he is going to willingly go to the bad guy. What's his name?
Orochimaru.
That guy. I think that at some point he's going to willingly go there. I don't think he's gonna like stay on that like side of things, obviously, but I think at some point, like there's gonna be a time when he goes there willingly, and I don't know if he's gonna maybe like realize that I shouldn't have come here, or if he's just gonna like be able to leave or whatever it is. But I think at some point that's gonna happen. I'm curious. I feel like this is like way out on a limb, but I'm like, is Naruto ever going to be able to like transform into the nine-tailed fox like at a whim? Like, can he ever like body transform into these things, or is that just like
literally transform into the fox?
Yeah, like that's like way off like kilter probably, but like I'm like wondering if that's and I'm hoping obviously that he can have more control over that. Like at least like the powers that he has. But it's just like I'm wondering if you can ever like completely transform into a more fox-like creature. And then I want to see the giant toad that he can summon some more. Are we gonna see Pervy Sage? I don't know. Like, I think I'm curious to see how Lee recovers. I know this isn't really like major plot points, but like I feel like he's gonna get really strong. He's gonna want to fight not the blind guy, but Hinata's cousin.
Yeah, Neji.
Neji. I think that there's probably gonna be a big battle there at some point. I don't know. I feel like those are the only points that I can really like. So much I don't know that I feel like it's so hard to like guess like major plot points. Like I'm sure that when this arc ends, there's gonna be another like battle type arc maybe that's similar to the first one, but like more involved obviously, but like
like similar to the Water Village?
Yes.
Like where there's like an actual threat?
Yes.
Gotcha.
I'm assuming that like some sort of threat type thing is going to be next, and I don't know if it's going to be the Ochimaru guy.
Close enough, yeah.
If it's going to be that guy, or if they're going to like skip over that for a little bit and have another person, and then that guy comes back around like, oh wow, it was all related.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
So I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah. Do you think anyone's gonna die in the series?
It's a good question. I don't know, because I've heard that a lot of these types of what's the genre again? Shonen. That a lot of shonen ones, they don't have major people die. So I don't know if that's true or if it's changed over the years, but this is an older one. So like my thoughts are there's not going to be a major death. Like I would think that somebody's going to die, but I am thinking that there are not going to be any major deaths.
If you had to guess. I'm just genuinely curious.
But if I had to pick somebody who was going to die?
No, just like, I don't know. Just like, I don't know. Not that you want them to die. I'm just saying like.
If I had to pick somebody who I would think might die.
If no one will, that's okay.
I don't think anybody. I don't think any of the main characters that we know are going to die. Maybe Gaara.
Yeah.
I would love for Gaara to not be around much longer. Don't really think he's a real child, so
yeah,
kind of. Maybe Gaara, or I don't want Dog Guy to die. The guy who carries around the little doggy that talks to him.
Yeah, Akamaru.
Yeah, but he makes poor choices about telling people out loud what the dog says.
He has to translate it for the audience. Like, I mean, he has to.
I know. But they could make it so that it makes it like he's thinking in his brain instead of literally just like saying it out loud in front of the enemy.
I think we're going to do it here. I think we're going to end it here because we have a lot more Naruto to watch, and we have a lot more for her to get caught up on.
Yes.
And yeah, so if you want to see a part 2 to this when we actually finish the main series, Naruto, let us know down in the comments. If you like this kind of video where we're talking about either her first time watching something, our first time watching something, let us know. We're happy to do more of these things. We finished Kaiju number 8 a little while ago. We're watching through My Hero. We're doing a whole bunch of other anime and stuff like that. So yeah, let us know down below. And if you want to see any more content, click on either one of these 2 videos right on screen here, and we'll catch you in one of those videos. Peace.